Memories of Murder is the 2003 South Korean movie from the director of Parasite, Bong Joon-ho. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but I apologize if I'm not. But yeah, this film is loosely based on true stories of South Korean serial killings that took place during the 1980s. And first of all, this movie is amazing. This is one of the best movies I've ever seen, the best foreign movies I've ever seen too. And on top of that, this movie contains my favorite scene of all time, and it's the ending scene. So obviously, there's going to be spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie and you don't want to be spoiled, click out of this video, watch the movie, then come back to this video. But before we begin, subscribe to the YouTube channel right there so you don't miss out on the release of our second feature-length film, The Hollywood Dream. It comes out in July, so exclusively on this YouTube channel, for free, no ads. Come on, that doesn't sound too bad, right? Subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Anyway, let's get started. He basically has this characteristic where he can tell a person, can read a person based on looking at them. He does this little eye thing where he reads the person that way. So in the ending of the movie, the last shot is him looking into the camera using his eye detective thing and kind of pinpointing within the audience who the killer could be. And that's a really cool way of breaking the fourth wall, but also not breaking the fourth wall. It's a cool way of making the audience be involved with the movie, being characters in the movie by having the main character read the audience, read the viewers too, as if we're not safe from his investigation. Another thing I want to point out is the fact that throughout the whole movie, it's basically a cat and mouse chase. There's three detectives trying to figure out who this killer is, and throughout, the time period, the killer keeps killing and gets away with it. There are times where the killer is almost caught, but then something happens that prevents him from actually getting caught. So it's a basic cat and mouse chase, something that we've seen in movies like Catch Me If You Can and stuff, but what's different in this movie is that we never know who the killer is. We don't have any clear idea of who the killer is, and we never find out who the killer is, even up until the end. And that's what makes this movie way more effective, is because throughout the movie, you want to catch the killer. You are with the detectives. You're on their side. You're rooting for them. And then in the end, we don't know who the killer is. Another thing I want to talk about is the ending location. Now, the beginning of the movie starts in the same spot that the ending of the movie ends on. And what's clever about this is that they use the same blocking in the beginning than they do in the ending. And the color grading in the beginning is way more dull and cold, but in the end is way more saturated and warm. And of course, what that means is in the beginning is more, gives you that feel of like coldness and like unease, but in the end, with the warm color temperature, it makes it feel like welcoming and stuff. But the context is a bit different, because in the ending, you think everything is okay until you find out that, the killer is still out there, and the detective's head goes crazy again, like, man, we spent all this time trying to catch this killer and never did, and he's still out there. He was recently seen by this girl. He's still out there, and he still can't catch him. So yeah, I think it was really clever that they carefully chose to do the same blocking in the opening scene and in the ending scene to give that sense of similarity, even though there's different contexts involved. And of course, the end scene is the perfect way, it's the most effective way of breaking the fourth wall. Like I said in the very beginning, it's a clever way of having the audience members, the viewers, involved with the movie, become essentially characters in the movie by having our main character looking directly into the camera, looking at the viewers, and trying to pick out the killer within the audience. And when this movie was being made and released, like I said before, it's loosely based on real life killings of a serial killer, and in real life at the time the killer was never caught, so it made the ending scene even more effective because it kind of shows that like the main character within the fictional world is trying to pinpoint, trying to find out the killer of the real world. So yeah, I feel like it's a very effective way of breaking the fourth wall. It's not some cheesy looking into the camera type of thing, or not some cheesy Easter egg or anything like that. I feel like this is the most effective way of making a fourth wall break because it enhances the story, it enhances the scene, and it gets the viewers involved, and it makes the viewers feel some type of way about it.